Hello guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back. So today's reading, what demon is protecting you? Okay, we have 3 groups to select from. Okay, group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. Okay, group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. So those are our groups to select from. Whichever sound or group resonates with you, that is your group, and I'll see you there. Thank you so much for watching my reading. Hello guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back. So, what demon is protecting you? Okay, so, are you guys ready? Big reveal. We have Barbados. Okay, so that is the demon that is currently protecting you at this current point in time. Yeah, the tripod is really far up, so this reading is gonna look really tiny. So I just don't feel like, because I just like rigged the tripod, so therefore I don't feel like shrinking it. So I'm sorry, it's gonna look a little small. Like if you can't see the cards like that clearly, you know what I mean, your eyes are bad, I apologize, because I am not undoing whatever the hell I just did. So alright, let's start with the tarot, okay? And you know, let's get into the relationship that you guys have between each other, okay? So we have Justice, we have the Hermit, and we have Seven of Cups, and we have Page of Swords. Okay, so let's hop right in. So, you guys met, or perhaps your paths crossed in a time in which you were alone, discovering more about yourself spiritually. Perhaps at this current point in time, you are alone and, you know, you're discovering a lot about your spirituality and your origin story as a witch and uncovering some knowledge that you have yet to learn. And, you know, within this time, obviously you're in your hermit mode. You're alone. There's not a lot of people around because, you know, when we go through spiritual awakenings, there's not really people that are involved with that. It's a personal journey that happens solitary. It's alone. It happens in solitude. So you guys met within this solitude, within this time alone, and I believe that they are I feel like perhaps he wasn't always there on your path, and in recent times he has come because this is the time that he's supposed to appear for you. Okay, so I do believe that, you know, you do have spirit guides that were with you for your whole entire life, you know, ever since you were a child, that are demons, and some of them might be well known, but I feel like for him, he has come at this point in time because that was the time he was meant to come, you know what I mean? So with Justice, I feel like you guys obviously have some type of like relationship that was established, you know, before you came to this earth. I also do feel like if you have gone through some type of events in which you were done wrong, I feel like he's here to correct some of those things. You know what I mean? But I also just feel like you guys, there's a balancing act that is between both parties. You guys balance each other out, your energies, and therefore I feel like you guys' relationship is on like equal grounds. Does it, like, do you understand what I'm saying? You guys are equally of the same stature. And with Seven of Cups, there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of things to explore with the relationship that you guys have with each other. There's so many opportunities and possibilities. And I feel like with even the Page of Swords energy, it's like time to have an open mind to where this relationship could take you. So if you haven't, spoke to him before, like, it would be a great time to consider him, especially if you felt called to him in the past. And yeah, that is you guys' relationship. So let's hop right into the oracle and get like the main message, right? So we have the Crone in Winter. Here, I'm gonna put it to the side. We have the Crone in Winter. We have When Fretful Time's Gone. The Beltane Lover. And Spells from the Hearth. Okay, it's insane how my tripod is zoomed out. You know what? This is just not looking right, this reading. Like, the tripod being zoomed out like this is just pure insanity, so I'm going to adjust it, but I'm also going to talk about the message, right? So with the Crone in Winter, you guys, like I said, you're going through a time in your life where you're discovering more about your spirituality. And so, within this time, like, you're unlocking some secrets and things of that you have not yet uncovered. With the Crone in Winter, you have a lot of knowledge from past lives that have followed you to this lifetime that you're also unlocking right now in this journey. And that's what the crone that's within. Does it make sense? Like, the crone that is within you from all the other lives. Okay, even if like you're a male, the grandfather, the old spirit, the old wise person that was in you from all these past lives in which you learned, these, I guess, ways of manifestation and magic, they're coming back to you. All these other lives is coming back to you, and it's being applied in this lifetime. You're taking all the knowledge that you've learned from past lives and you're applying it in this lifetime. And so, right now is a time to really connect with that inner wisdom, that inner grandfather, inner grandmother, inner crone that's within you, that's inside you, to elevate in your spiritual journey. Sorry for the stuttering. I can't control it, but it's now time to connect to that crone that's within. I feel like you guys need to meditate more often because, as you can tell, like, the crone, she's sitting underneath the tree. Her eyes are closed. She's meditating. She's, in her space. She's in her spiritual place of peace. In her meditation, she feels peace. She feels peace in the quiet, in the solitude. It helps her focus on her thoughts, her intuition. It helps her focus on the messages her soul is giving her. So get in that place in which you can meditate. Start meditating more often, because when you meditate, like, you tune yourself to the frequency of the messages coming in. Like, does it make sense? Does it make sense? Like, you're tuning into the messages that are needing to be heard from your soul. All right. And I feel like within this journey, like, there's some hard times. Because you're alone, it can be a little bit sad. It can be a little bit dark, a little scary. And I feel like you've lost some people. Some people have walked away from you. You're just kind of confused about even the world. Like, there's just so much chaos that's happening. And maybe for some of you guys, you're sick. Like, there's a spiritual sickness that's going on right now. Or even just, like, physically, you're feeling very ill. And because you're feeling this way, like, your energy's like just it's in the gutter. It's down right now. Especially with like this, just the loneliness. But you have to understand that, like, first off, you need to like tune out of things that make you feel terrible. Like, if you feel as though every single time you get on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, like you just feel this like wave of dread, then it's time to delete the app. You know what I mean? You know, even for some of you guys, like I feel like you guys like get on Twitter a lot and you're just witnessing everyone fighting or you're just witnessing crazy shit. And it's like it would be better for you to just remove that app. I understand that like we're in a time in which social media is very popular and everyone's on it, but if you're like starting to become sick from it and you're just picking up on all the energy of all these people around the world, like I feel like we're not even meant to see majority of the people that we see online. Like we're getting bombarded by their energy and it's like these people aren't even meant to cross our path in any way, shape, or form. Yet we're picking up on their energy because we're watching it, interacting with it online. Like it is time to tune out of it because you're picking up on too much. Especially for you guys, you collect energy. All right, you are a magnet to energy. A lot of people just are magnetized by you. And so when you're on social media, you're collecting so much energy from all these strangers. You're collecting the chaos that's coming through their platforms. It's time to tune out. It's time to take a break. It's time to shut it down because it is only making you feel worse mentally. And it's time to meditate. It's time to get in a quiet place and just tune back in with yourself. Tune back in with your soul's mission because you guys have a great mission on this earth. I say this all the time, but if you're watching my channel, you're here for a reason, okay? You're gonna shake things up. I know it, okay? Especially with the Seven of Cups, it's like there's doorways that are opening for you, all right? Especially in your relationship with Barbados, you know what I mean? Like there's doorways that are opening, but you got to tune out of this just chaos energy that's coming from social media. And if you're going to have chaos energy in your life, then let it be chaos magic. Let it be the magic of yourself that causes the chaos. Why does it have to be everybody else? Why are you taking on random people's spells online? You know what I mean? Because like when we're scrolling on social media, we don't know the energy that we're picking up on. Some people got some weird shit going on in their lives and you're just casually scrolling and interacting with them. And it's like, you know, these people, a lot of these people, like I said, you're just not meant to interact with them. Like you're just not meant to, okay? So it's time to tune out of the social media. It's time to tune out of just the chaos. If other people make you feel terrible and you can leave, then leave, okay? Tune out of the energy and just tune back into your soul's purpose, okay? Your divine mission. Tune back into the things that you enjoy, that you like. Tune back into the things that are divine to you, right? So I feel like that's what he's saying with the card when fretful times come, because there's just a lot of shit that's going on, all right? And you know, if you're feeling really like lost and just confused with your life, now I don't really usually say this, but I feel like it definitely applies with this reading. I feel like he's here to guide you through this. I feel like he's here to guide you during these times. For me, usually I don't start a relationship with like any spirit if I'm like going through some crazy shit. You know what I mean? But because this is like something that is divinely meant to happen, because this is the time that he's meant to come in and assist, then let him assist. You know what I mean? Let him come in because it's obviously something that you guys planned together before you came to this earth, okay? So let him in, and I just feel like even then there's some type of like soulmate energy with the Beltane lover. You know what I mean? You guys work together very well. Like you guys are just compatible, especially when I like pointed out at the beginning of the reading with like that balancing energy. Like you guys just balance each other out. You're on the same stool. You guys obviously are meant to be, especially if you're having this reading and you're resonating with what I'm saying. Like obviously you guys are meant to be. So let him in, let him guide you through this time in your life, because this is a transformational period, and that's why things feel a little bit confusing. And just be open to exploring this relationship, be open to exploring just be open to exploring the knowledge that you will learn in this relationship with him. And also, like, if you already have a relationship with him, like, this is just further confirmation that he is supporting you, that he is right beside you, and you're not alone during these times. You're not alone at all. And like I said, trust everything that is currently happening right now, because you guys are discovering a lot of powerful things about yourself, okay? You're opening doors to past lives, with hidden secrets that you forgot, that you lost along the way in this journey, but you are uncovering those secrets again, okay? These are secrets that have been hidden in your blood. So this is a very powerful time, and just understand things are happening, things are moving. All right, like, I feel like some of you guys are like, nothing's happening, nothing is changing, I feel trapped, I feel stuck. Okay, first off, remove the social media, remove any influences that make you feel negative, because it's only worsening the situation. Things are changing. If you feel sick, you're healing. Like, things are getting better. It's okay. And this is just a beautiful time. You don't see it, but there's so much that's unfolding behind the scenes, and you need to trust it. And you guys are lovers, okay? You guys are soulmates, okay? He's caring for you. Some of you guys are like, ew. Relax. Relax, okay? You guys are soulmates, okay? And it can be in a platonic way. It doesn't have to be in the way that you're thinking, okay? So, but definitely lovers, okay? And you guys are meant to be. And especially during this time in your life, like, this is a divine time for you guys' relationship, okay? With spells from the hearth, there's a lot of, like I said, discovery of your magic, okay? I said, like, if you're gonna have chaos in your life, let it be chaos magic. Yesterday I was like chilling on Pinterest, and I was like having to watch my sister's dog, which is just seeming to become like a casual responsibility, right? I was chilling on Pinterest, and I like stumbled across a post about chaos magic, right? And it was just kind of like going over like the basis of chaos magic. And it was talking about, the post said, chaos magicians don't care about the rules that are in place with magic. All that matters is the results. So I feel like with you guys, like, you guys are chaos magicians. You don't follow the rules. It's the result that really counts. It's the result that matters, okay? And you will apply any traditions, is 11:11. You will apply any traditions and apply any types of, I guess, magic to your desires if it fits. Like, does it make sense? Like, if you feel as though a certain type of magic is going to help you achieve your goal, you're going to use that type of magic. You don't really care about the certain structures that are in place. And so I feel like for you guys, like, that is just your magic. It is chaotic. I feel like you've never fit in anywhere. You have never been welcomed in a lot of the spaces that are popular. You're just not a mainstream type of person. You're not a normie, okay? You're not normal, okay? You're weird. And the thing is, like, it's meant to be, because that's the type of energy that you're just compatible with. Like, you're compatible with that weird, chaotic energy, okay? You're not to be locked down by any type of traditions or set ways of practicing magic, okay? Because that's just not how your magic works, okay? It's chaotic, and that's what makes your results potent. That's what makes them intense, okay? Because it's coming all from really within your soul. It's coming from your soul and not other people's, I guess, teachings. It's coming from your teachings, okay? The teachings that you learned throughout your past lives, and you're applying it with whatever type of magic you are using, right? So that's what you're learning with him. Learning how to use and enjoy your chaos magic, okay? Because chaos magic is heat, okay? In my personal opinion. Not trying to put my bias on the reading, but I'm just saying, like, it is very heat, and you can also turn this situation around with a simple touch of magic. Like, I feel like you guys really need to get to your altar and start practicing again. all right? Because there's several opportunities, okay? And all those opportunities come from your altar, from your magic, and the relationship you have with Barbados, right? He's protecting you, and so don't feel like this is something that you should be afraid of. Like, oh, I don't know, I'm scared. Like, he's protecting you, okay? That's why you guys are having this reading in the first place. He's like, I'm protecting you. I care for you, my child, my son, my daughter. All right. The Selkie. Okay, so this is how you guys can elevate your relationship together. The Gate. Elephant. And White Buffalo. Okay, so let's start with the Selkie card. So you guys can elevate your relationship by not defining yourself, or I guess trapping yourself in a certain way of practice. Like I said, you know, with the Selkie card, it's like you guys seem to feel like you're trapped. Maybe even right now with this current point in your life, you just kind of feel like you're trapped and you have to do things the old way, but that's just not how you grow. That's not how you transform as a soul. You have to be able to be, you have to get comfortable with breaking out of the box. And he's encouraging you to really start, you know, breaking out of the box that people have made for you, and also the box that, you know, your magic is in. Like, start elevating your magic beyond the level it's at. Like, I feel like some of you guys are pagans, okay? I just felt called to say this, and now this is only for a few people, but like, I feel you guys feel trapped by old pagan traditions. Not saying that they aren't helpful. There is a lot of your traditions that are helping you, that are, you know, adding positive energy towards your magic, but I feel like it's getting to a point where it's like you're not really growing. And you know, you feel comfortable because it's all you've known. You know, I mean, this is you had your first awakening, and it was with paganism for some. And so you just like stick by the traditions you learned when you're going through your first awakening, but you got to elevate. You got to be comfortable to step outside that box and, you know, take it to the next level. All right. So that's for some. But overall, if you're listening to this reading and you're resonating, like, you need to step up with your magic. You need to break outside the box and really consider that there's other ways to practice that are awaiting you. All right. Meditate. Really meditate. Okay. Because some of you guys are like, I hate meditating. It's boring. Or some of you guys are just like, I'm just not good at it. Like, I just can't get my mind to silence itself. But it's like, please get in the corner and just try it. Just try it, because I'm telling you, you're going to receive some of the craziest messages and downloads when you're in your corner meditating. I'm telling you, you don't even know. So just please trust me and just meditate, because it will change some shit. It really will. Okay. And with the Gate, he's telling you, like, please come to the altar and talk to me. I know you guys are scared. You're like, oh. And then, like, if you, like I said, if you're in a partnership with him, talk to him more often. Go to the altar and create offerings and talk to him more often. But if you haven't made that physical connection with him, it's time. It's time. And you know, this reading it's telling you, let's link up. Let's get together, okay? Because with the Elephant card, you guys are family. You guys are lovers, okay? You guys are soulmates. And so there's nothing to be afraid of. You need to understand that there is nothing to be afraid of. And I know it feels intimidating to be like, hey, but just say hey, you know what I mean? Just say hey. You don't gotta do anything crazy. Just say hey, okay? Talk about some things you want to talk about, but make that connection through the gate of your altar, because it's going to take things to the next level, okay? And with the Elephant card, like, trust. Trust. If he's protecting you, then guess what? What is there to worry about? Like, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. And with the White Buffalo, trust your spirituality. Trust your magic. Understand the divinity in your magic. You are here for so many special reasons. You don't, some of you guys don't understand it, some of you guys do understand it, okay? But you need to remind yourself that your life is magical and that it is beautiful and that it was constructed in a way that, you know, you might not understand on a human level, but your soul knows. And so it's leading you exactly where you need to go. So trust everything that's happening. Trust Barbados. Trust this awakening because it is happening for a reason. So that's the message. I don't know if I should pull some keyword cards. My keywords are on my altar right now. So here, you know what? I'll go get them. It's gonna be silent for a second because I'm gonna run to my altar. Let me grab them. Let me grab the cards. Oops, the cards are upside down. Okay, I grabbed the cards. I'm about to shuffle some keywords and pull them out, okay? What keywords does Barbados have for group number 1? What keywords does Barbados have for group number 1? What keywords does Barbados have for group number 1? Ooh. Ooh-hoo-hoo. What keywords does Barbados have for group number 1? What keywords does Barbados have for group number 1? Okay. What keywords does Barbados have for group number 1? Okay. Okay, let's look. Okay, we have commit, sleep, trust, and seeing things. They're real. Okay. I love commets. Okay, so you guys lived a past life in Kemet. You're aligned with the Egyptian energy. And perhaps, maybe that's even the origins of your chaos magic. Chaos magic. This is the origin of your chaos magic, okay? It started in Egypt. So it's time to also align yourself with that Egyptian energy because I feel like, you know, if you incorporate the Egyptian culture in your practice on your altar, like it's going to elevate your spiritual work, okay? With sleep, okay, you're having visions, you're having dreams, and it's telling you things, okay? And you might not be fully sure of them, or you think that like there's a significance with them, but you're not quite sure. There is a significance with the things that you're seeing, and they're telling the truth, so listen to what it's saying. Also, you might be seeing things, generally speaking, like repeating numbers or signs and things like that. Synchronicities, hearing music, seeing even ads. I thought like of ads that like resonate with your soul, and there's messages that you're seeing within these things, and trust them. These are messages, okay, that are coming in. Trust everything that's happening on, and trust Barbados, okay? So that is the message. If you enjoyed this reading, please feel free to subscribe, hit that like button, right? Okay, and donate to my throne wish list and purchase me a new deck. I love having new decks on my channel. I'm so thankful for everyone who has purchased me a deck thus far. They're beautiful. I love my decks. I love them. I love them. And I'll see you very soon. I love you so much. Take care and goodbye. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. So, what demon is protecting you? Okay. Are you ready for the big reveal? We have Belial. We have Belial as your protector. Okay. So, starting with the tarot, What's y'all's relationship? All right, what's y'all's relationship looking like? We got Nine of Pentacles. We have Temperance. We have the Sun. And we have the Empress. So, with the Nine of Pentacles, you guys bring forth a lot of prosperity for both parties together. If you already work with him, then you guys have a very like abundant, like I said, prosperous relationship. And there's just wealth that follows both of you guys. And if you haven't, then this is definitely a sign to join forces with him, because just the abundance and just the magic between both parties, it's a lot. It's intense. And I feel like for you guys, it's like you're very careful of the energies you work with. You're very selective, but I feel like this is an obvious partnership that you should definitely consider, especially considering he is your protector. So you guys bring a lot of abundance together, okay? I feel like you guys are a creator. Your biggest energy is creation energy. So, I mean, I would say feminine energy, but you can be a male and still have a lot of feminine energy in your field. You're a creator. And so together, you guys can bring a lot of attention and illumination towards whatever it is you're working on, especially with the Sun. Like, he could really put you in the spotlight, is what I'm hearing. And so therefore, like I said, together, you guys could definitely make a great duo, a very abundant duo, okay? A lot of prosperity follows your relationship. And I feel like as a creator, I feel like a benefit of the relationship that he seeks is obviously some illumination through your artistic work. So whether that be music, but I feel like it's more of something that you see. So, I mean, if it was music, it'd be like a music video, or some type of painting or film, or, even a stage play. Honestly, I feel as though there's something about you. It captures your aura, captures audiences, and you could be a very good content creator. Overall, I just feel like you guys have just this very strong star power. And I guess one of the things that he would be seeking is some type of illumination through your work. Through some of your works, not all of them, but obviously some of them. So, but you guys are very selective. I would ask you guys to trust him. Because if he's your protector, like, what is there to be, like, scratching your head about, right? But definitely, your art is something that is really big in the relationship. And it deserves to be seen. It deserves to be recognized. And there's just this, like, intense energy of fire, obviously, with him and, the chariots and flames on the card. Like, you guys I think are a fire sign, or have just a lot of like intense fire placements, like a fire sign in Mars. So there's just something very significant about fire. Maybe like I thought like you guys have been outcasted and shunned in a way that like I almost like, yeah, it's kind of like a witch burning in fire from being put on trial. That's kind of what I imagined. You guys have been outcasted in a way that like angers you, and you can use that just burning anger as fuel towards your artistic expression. That's for some. Overall, you're a very intense energy, and a lot of people are not going to be able to handle it. That's the bottom line. But because you are this intense star, you can work alongside Belial very well. And so that's like, I guess, something that is a key highlight of you guys' relationship, the intensity between both parties. Because both of you guys are intense spirits, you know what I mean? So let's hop right into the message, all right? We have Orpheus and Eurydice. Eurydice. Artemis. And we have Luna Moth Goddess. And I have no fucking clue how to pronounce this. I think it's Tuatha Deidanon. But if I'm wrong, then you guys are allowed to execute me publicly. No, I'm just joking. So anyways, let's hop into the oracle message. So you guys have left behind something in recent times. Maybe it's like you're just leaving behind things that obviously are no longer serving you, whether it be people or just like maybe even a place of employment for some. Like, I feel like that's a really small message, but I just felt called to say that. Like, you're just leaving something behind that just isn't working out anymore. It's just like not the vibe. Okay, that's just, you don't see yourself in this position forever. So you're leaving it behind, but it's comfortable. It was a comfortable position. Maybe you're leaving behind the old you. The person that everyone knew, and you're becoming the real you. And, you know, it was comfortable. You know, it was nice. It brought benefits, whatever this past energy was, but you're leaving it behind. And that could be a little scary. Because, especially if you left behind like some type of project that was making you money or some type of job, you know, you had your reasons. It was probably toxic. Just wasn't working out. Like, it just was suffocating you. But it was like, it was making you money. It was something that was comfortable. And so now you might like get that urge to be like, oh, I might revert. Especially if like you've changed to the person that you've always wanted to be, and you see that people like feel a little disgusted or weirded out by you now. You're like, I might change back because like I don't like how people feel uncomfortable around me. I don't like this like uncomfortable, unfamiliar feeling. But don't turn back. Because if you turn back, you're leaving behind the path, the destiny that was made for you. Obviously, if your intuition was calling you to do this, you knew that it was something that was supposed to happen. So don't turn around and like derail yourself and like halt your progress that you're making. Just because it was comfortable and familiar and that's what you know. It's not working anymore. So leave it behind and put, you know, this intense, passionate, this driven energy towards your new projects, your new ventures, the new you. Whatever that may be. Because I honestly feel as though like there's spirits. It's not just Belial. There's many spirits that are guiding you, that are protecting you. You have a very strong spiritual force around you, a strong spiritual team. You got ancestors watching and protecting you. And so, like, whatever it is that you're wanting to achieve in this life, in this beautiful, beautiful divine life that you have created for yourself, it is possible. But you need to believe in yourself, and you can't go back to the comfortable, the familiar. Because that's just not going to work out. Okay, you're only halting your progress. You're stopping the progress that you've been making when you turn around and you go back to the past. Or go back to even people that just like aren't it. Like I said, you know that like it was time to go. You knew through your intuition that it was time to leave. So trust your intuition and move forward, okay? Because you're going to get the urge to be like, oh, I want to turn around. I need to turn around. Don't turn around. You're okay. And with the Luna Moth goddess, cherish this current place that you're at. Cherish it. Because every part of your life brings something beautiful to it. Something beautiful to the table. You need to really look at the full picture. There's so much like beauty. So much like things happening in the background that you don't fully see. You don't fully see like the depth of the things that are going on. But it's time to take a second to like just tune into nature. Just tune into the serenity of the wilderness and the outdoors and that type of life. It's time to tune back into being a human for a second. Because I feel like it could bring some type of inspiration. It could also ground you. So you feel comfortable on the path that you're now choosing to go. I feel like maybe this uncomfortable energy is obviously because it's unfamiliar and you're just not grounded yet. So ground yourself. Get comfortable. Do it through nature. And have determination towards whatever artistic endeavors you're wanting to achieve. You know what I mean? Be determined to make it happen. And especially if this is something that's on your dream board, like make sure you're viewing your dream board frequently, reminding yourself what it is that you're trying to achieve. Like for me, I enjoy making dream boards all the time. Like literally all the time, because it just keeps me determined. It keeps the energy moving, it keeps it flowing. So it's like, you know, if I'm feeling sad, sit down, get on Photoshop, I make a dream board. It doesn't even have to be physical. Now, if you like physical dream boards, I do feel like physical dream boards, well, actually, I don't know. Because I feel like both physical and digital dream boards are both like on the same level of potency. I've manifested a lot of results through my digital dream boards. So it doesn't even necessarily have to be physical. But, you know, you can make a dream board through Photoshop, Pinterest, Pixar, whatever the hell. It can be even in real life. You can print out pictures and glue it down and draw on this board and really focus on what it is that you are trying to achieve in this lifetime. You know, when you're always constantly looking at your goals, you're manifesting them. You're putting that a part of your energy field. You're vibrating on the same energy as these goals you're trying to manifest, which in turn makes them appear in your reality. So make dream boards, okay? You know, make sure you're envisioning these dreams that you're wanting to actualize, okay? To finalize, if you will, okay? Make sure you're constantly thinking about it. Well, not obsessively, I have to clarify. But make sure it's something that is like driving you to move forward, okay? Especially with the Artemis energy, okay? Make sure that you are constantly thinking like, hey, you know, does this help elevate me or is this pushing me down? You know, like think about that. So, like I said, you have spirit guides, you have such a powerful spiritual team guiding you and protecting you, you know, Belial, protecting and guiding you and even giving ideas, okay? Ideas that can help, I guess, move along some of the projects that you are creating, right? So you have such like beautiful spiritual team, I feel. Maybe you don't even like know the depth of your spiritual team, like, and with the emphasis on nature, maybe you know, you are best connected with your spirit guides when you're in nature. Maybe a lot of the spirits that you communicate with are protecting you are nature spirits, you know, like Pan. And when you're in nature, when you are grounded in the element of earth, That's when you get your best messages. That's when you get your best inspiration. That's when your magic really starts to like boil and strengthen. So just understand that like you have such a strong spiritual team and that they're constantly watching over you and protecting you, and they're there for you. And understand that you're on the right path. You're going down the right path and everything is working out exactly how it's supposed to, okay? So, how can you elevate your relationship with Belial? Okay, we have shine, make yourself seen. We have dragonfly, there is a deeper meaning. Greening, you are a natural. And familiar, bond with your spirit animal. Okay. So starting with the shine card, like, you guys like to hide sometimes. Well, I was about to say, like, for some, but, like, no, I feel like if you're watching this pile, you do. You enjoy hiding sometimes. Like I said, you enjoy hiding yourself. You know, you want to go back to the familiar, the comfortable, you know? But embrace your intensity. Like I said, like, you at the beginning of this reading, like, you're an intense, glowing star. And it can make people uncomfortable. And you're afraid to, like, glimmer and shine because of the reactions that you receive from other people. You know what I mean? People judge you for the way that you want to dress, the way that you want to portray yourself. And it's unfair. Because it's like, why are you stressing yourself out, worried about what these other freaks think? Okay? Shine and be yourself, you know, unapologetically, because that is all that matters. You know, stop trying to have validation from other people. Like, guys, am I normal enough for you? Stop trying to, like, simmer yourself down to be appealing for others. You're not meant to be appealing for everybody. I'm sorry. You know, you might think to yourself about, like, some of these celebrities out here. You know, it's like, I don't get it. I don't think I'm going to be, like, especially if, like, you dream to be an influencer for some, like, you might be like, I just don't think no one's going to ever want to work with me. Like, what? You being unique and different is why people want to work with you, is why people want to see you. People are infatuated with you and your energy. So shine, be yourself. Like, the best way that you can elevate your partnership with Belial is by being yourself. Like, even when you're talking to him, you don't have to hide. You don't have to sit here and pretend that you're somebody else or, you know, this type of character, that type of character, because you like to make characters for people. You like to play as different people for other people so they don't feel uncomfortable. But that's just not going to fly. It's not going to work for you as a soul, because it's obviously, like, really shrinking your potential, but it's also not going to work in your relationship with Belial. Like, it's just not going to work. So be yourself, and also take note of the signs, take note of the synchronicities, because there's a deeper meaning to everything that you are seeing right now. Okay, so please take note of what messages he's sending, because that's the perfect way to elevate the relationship between both you guys. Also, like, maybe look into the depth of you guys' relationship in the first place. Like, maybe sit down, you know, with your tarot cards if you have them, and just ask about, like, why there's a relationship between both of you guys, you know, and really look into the depth of you guys' relationship, because there's a lot of spiritual things that obviously I can't go over here because this is, like, a general message for the collective. But, like, you can really get into it. You can really get in depth with it, with your cards, and discover more things about yourself and even your bloodline and your magic when you look into the deeper meanings, right? So look into that. You know, take note of the signs and synchronicities that are being sent your way by him. And, you know, just be yourself, like I said. You know, with the greeting card, it's like, you just being naturally yourself is a perfect way to elevate you guys' relationship. There's really not much that you need to do. Like, you don't need to sit here and bend over backwards and do all this crazy shit really to have a a healthy relationship with him, obviously make sure that you're giving the proper offerings, you know what I mean? To fuel the energy between both parties, but like you don't have to do that much. You don't have to sit up here and be like going crazy, you know what I mean? Am I making sense? Like you being yourself and practicing your magic and doing your art is just a perfect way to elevate your relationship and just allowing him to be a part of the picture of your life. That's enough. With the familiar card, it's like perhaps he can come through other animals. Like I said, there's a really big emphasis on connecting with nature. So, you know, get out in nature, get connected with your animalistic self. That's a beautiful and perfect way to get connected with your guides, generally speaking, not even just him. But because he is one of your guides, like, you know, get out in nature, get grounded, you know, get out into the elements, get out into the earth and connect with your human animal side, because that is also a perfect way to understand yourself. And I think I was going to say something else, but I don't remember. Like, I think I was going to say, like, understand why you're here. I think, yeah, it's a perfect way to understand just every aspect of yourself, especially if you are confused after like masking yourself for so long, right? But with the familiar card, like I said, you know, he comes through animals. Perhaps like you should adopt a pet if you feel called to. That's only if you feel called to, and you know you could definitely afford it and take it to the vet, you know what I mean? But maybe you should adopt a pet because that's the perfect way for you guys to be close, because he can appear through animals, right? He can come through animals is what I'm seeing. But also with a familiar card, it's like getting connected with your animalistic side of yourself, okay? And that's through whatever means your intuition's telling you to connect, right? So let's pull some keywords and wrap this reading up, okay? I'm going to put my microphone down for a second. Okay, what keywords does Belial have for group number 2? What keywords does Belial have for group number 2? Okay. So let's get into the keywords. I don't know if you can hear all of the noises that are going on right now. Like there's like trash pickup and just all this craziness, you know? It's like just getting loud. It's getting loud. All right, blessing. Nice. Being fed. And Monday or the moon. Okay. Let's hop right into it. So there are blessings. Okay. There are blessings that are coming in, so look out for them. I feel like the blessings are definitely in regards to like, you know, your art, and even just like, I think it's also like you're a blessing. You're a blessing on this earth, okay? One of the blessings is also just like being fed in some way, shape, or form, whether that be like energetically, just, I feel like some of you guys might be tired, so it's like you're gaining some energy, you're being revived in some way, shape, or form. Also it could be being fed just like food, generally speaking. But being fed, like, by being fed, you know, having your needs met, okay? Having your needs met no matter what, and understanding that like you have a foundation of support around you no matter what happens, okay? No matter what goes crazy, you are being supported. being fed, being taken care of, your needs are being met, your bills are being paid, okay? And that could be one of the blessings. It's just like a constant stream of abundance coming to support you. Even when you're chasing your dreams. And also like even being fed through like a relationship, I think. Like I was thinking about a relationship, a union between two partners. So maybe, a twin flame coming in, but, going to the end card, there's things that are ending. And one of the things that are ending is like just the constant like hiding of yourself, the constant like masquerading yourself, and, the constant pretending to be somebody else for other people. That's coming to an end. And just understand you can't turn back after it's ended. With Monday the Moon, like I said, there's a big emphasis on feminine energy. So like if you are a female and you're watching this, like perhaps because what am I trying to say? This is a very fertile period for you guys to create, okay? And for some, sexual magic, if you feel called to it, then this is a great time to practice. But if you're a girl and you're watching this, this is a great time for creation because there's a lot of fertility that is heightening for you. And also it's time to really start getting connected with your divination tools, maybe adopting a new divination tool that you have not used before that you feel called to, maybe like palmistry. Is palmistry really divination? Yeah. Tell me in the comments. But well, I felt called to say that. So, for some of you guys, you want to do palmistry, but like, I think of like, tarot cards and pendulums and things like that. You know what I mean? So it's time to adopt a new divination tool, but also like, continue practicing at your altar. I feel like whatever magic you're doing right now, it's working. That's maybe the blessing. And perhaps like there's spirits that are blessing you right now. There's a lot of blessings that you're receiving from, the spirits. And just great magic being pushed towards you to support you. So yeah, I think that's it. I feel like there's just there's a deeper meaning with the moon and femininity, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Like, I feel like, honestly, he's emphasizing that this is a great time to create overall, but I might be missing something. So I might clarify it. I might clarify because I feel like I might be missing something. So I'm going to use the Dark Magic Oracle to clarify the moon card. All right. Can Belial clarify the moon? Can Belial please clarify the moon card? Belial, please clarify the moon card. Okay. With the moon, it says, okay, it gives us bats. You are driving yourself crazy. Victorious. It is good to ask. It is good to ask for help and let go, lighten your load. Here, let me put the cards over here so you guys can see. So you can see. All right, so he says that you guys need to relax at some given at some given times. Does that make sense? You guys seem to drive yourself off the edge sometimes with your thoughts. Maybe you overthink your divination, your magic, even your creativity a lot. You don't trust that you are a natural magician that can create the reality that you desire, even with the intense like star energy that you have, because you're just so used to suppressing your magic, suppressing who you are. But it's time to let go of just this thought that, number one, you can't be who you want to be, you know, and if you are who you want to be, it's bad. Let go of that. But also, like, just release, generally speaking, the stress that surrounds you in regards to just your life and the way that you want to live it. I feel like you guys are constantly stressed about what other people have to say, and it sometimes reflects in your magic. You feel like your magic isn't good enough. Your art isn't good enough. You know, is it even working? Am I even getting results? You're driving yourself crazy. So just relax, because it is working, okay? And that's why there's blessings that are appearing, okay? And make sure that you are talking to your spirit guides. Make sure that you are interacting with them, because they're obviously helping. There's messages that are coming through from the spirits, and you know, if you ever feel crazy, you can always go to them, right? So that's the message. I thank you guys so much for watching this reading. Feel free to subscribe, like the video, donate to my throne wishlist, and purchase me a new deck, because I love having them on this channel. And I love you guys so much, and thank you, Belial. I'll see you guys very soon. Take care, and goodbye. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. So, what demon is currently protecting you? What demon's protecting you? All right. Are you ready for the grand reveal? We have Shax. Okay. Amazing. Shax is your protector. So, let's set up the relationship. What's y'all's relationship looking like? All right. With the tarot, we have 3 of Wands. We have the Moon. 4 of Swords. And 9 of Cups. Okay, so the Moon stuck out to me when I placed it down. And this is because, like, you guys' relationship is a little mysterious. Because generally speaking, the path that you're taking right now in your life is very mysterious. I feel like if you're watching this reading, you don't really work with demons that often, or you are very new to the left-hand path. Like, this is just not, like, this is not something that is necessarily comfortable to you, but it is something that is calling to you. It is something that is meant for you, obviously, if you're attracted to my channel. You are curious about them, but you just don't really know everything about demonology. And it's not even that you need to know like everything in the world about demonology, but you just haven't really gotten comfortable with demonology enough to like study it or consider it as a possibility in your spiritual journey. But I do feel like you guys are a dark soul. Like, you guys really do like the shadow, and there's something about just darkness as a whole that there's a curiosity to it. Especially with like the 3 of Wands, like, you're in the middle of discovering more about yourself, and you're really understanding that like this darkness is something that is a part of you, a part of your nature. But you know, because of the things that have happened in the past, when you've tried to, I guess like listen to the calling of the shadow of the left-hand path, you know, it just hasn't gone the way that you expected it to go. Like, perhaps you've always felt called to just express yourself in a very dark manner, but the way that people treat you for that and the events have happened have discouraged you from even being that way, being your natural dark self, right? But you guys' relationship is something that could be beneficial. It's something that could bring a lot of satisfaction and spiritual growth, and he can lead you down this path. He can shine light on it and illuminate it and help you understand. There's wisdom that he has to share, and knowledge to bring to you about demonology and all the other things that you may be curious about on your path. Perhaps you guys are resuming where you left off. In another lifetime, this is something that you were going to experience, but you didn't. It didn't fall through. Or, yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to, like, didn't fall through, like, fell through, didn't fall, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say, all right? It just didn't work out. So, you guys are resuming that, and there's a lot of mysteriousness because you have yet to fully explore the possibilities of the relationship, right? All right, so what message does he have for you? We have casserole, Aquarius, Dream Realm, and Incense, and Dawn. I felt called to pull an extra card for you, so I pulled 5 cards instead of my usual 4. Because we got a lot to talk about, don't we? Okay? So starting with casserole, like, there's a lot of relationships, and I feel like as though they're spiritual relationships, there's a lot of partnerships that are forming at this current point in time between you and some different parties. You should trust that these partnerships are beneficial to you. And to other people, they might seem strange or I guess dangerous in a sense, especially if these are demonic partnerships. Because I'm talking about spiritual partnerships here, okay? There are some physical partnerships I do see, but like I am talking about like spiritual partnerships. There's a lot of, demons that can assist you on your path. Some that you won't meet now, some that you won't meet for like 10 years and you'll meet them like later in your life. But these partnerships are coming to you, right? And to other people, they might seem dangerous and just crazy and wrong. But I feel like you guys know in your heart that it's meant to be. Like, just everything in the universe shows you, like, yeah, I can trust these beings. I can trust these beings of the darkness. Because the darkness is often misunderstood. It is the place of origin. It is all of our origins. The origin of creation. It all starts in the dark, right? So, we can't have light without the darkness. And you're understanding that, these beings that reside in the darkness, not all of them are terrible. I mean, especially if you feel like the darkness and the shadow is a part of you and always has been, but you haven't been able to really, I guess, enjoy it or understand that. You understand that the darkness doesn't necessarily mean bad. You know what I mean? It even reflects the most vulnerable and realest part of ourselves that we don't show to other people. The darkness can be a beautiful thing, and it can also be representative of transformation. With winter and death, all correlating to that darkness energy, right? So to other people, it's like the relationships that you have with like shacks or other demons, or even the, I guess, journey that you're taking in regards to the left-hand path. It might seem really dangerous and scary to other people, and some people might make you feel terrible about it or negative about it, like it's something you shouldn't do. But going back to the tarot with the 9 of Cups, it's like, your relationship with shacks is supposed to be very satisfying. It's supposed to be something that's supposed to be liberating, even in a sense. And so that this path is meant to be, and you need to follow, the guiding light that is within you, the star that is leading you. That's Luciferian. The star that is leading you down the path that feels like it is that is yours. Instead of worrying about other people's opinions and what path they want you to go down. And maybe it's because there just isn't a lot of guidance on the darkness. Now I know this might be, well, honestly, if you're watching this channel, it's not really that controversial. But for me, I guess like some of the, well, okay, I guess I had several like influences that helped me understand my darkness and things like that. You know, ever since I was a child, I always liked, you know, demons and monsters and vampires and things like that. And I liked, you know, filming horror movies with my toys and things like that. But I never felt comfortable fully like taking that path spiritually, just like you feel. And I feel like one of my biggest influences was my younger self. Just listening to what my younger self, you know, would want. So that's something that you can listen to. Something that that's someone you can listen to. That's someone you can listen to. Your younger self, because you know your child, the inner child that's inside you, it's always telling you where you need to go. You know what I mean? That was the most in tune version of yourself. Not saying that like we aren't in tune now, but I'm saying you were more close to these spiritual realms. You were more intuitive as a child. We all were. You know what I mean? That's just how we are as kids. And the things that we were attracted to as children, whether that be like, you know, coloring or singing or dancing, you know, all those things are still a part of us. Maybe they got lost along the way of growing up, but those are still things that you can go back to because they're reflective of why you're here, your divine purpose. You know, you felt called to do those things because it was a part of your divine purpose as a child. But anyways, getting back to my, I guess, slightly controversial take, but not really. Like I said, if you're watching my channel, it shouldn't really be that controversial. But I also read the Satanic Bible, which really helped me feel a sense of liberation, also a sense of understanding. Now, the Satanic Bible is an atheistic text. So I'm a theistic Satanist, but it still does help at some given capacity. Like, it really did help me. And that inspired me to continue to feel comfortable with the path I was taking, right? So although it is atheistic, and I understand that a lot of the people, if not all the people who are watching my channel, are, you know, theistic in their practices, it was very helpful. But I don't really care for LeVay like that. You know what I mean? Like, no, like, let me say, like, you know, his sex and things like that, they did help me, but it's just like, I'm pretty sure he didn't even, I think he plagiarized some of his books, if I'm not mistaken, but that's why I said it's controversial. But, like, let's be honest, it did help me. So it's like, I'm not gonna lie, like, that was one of the sources that helped me, right? And then, obviously, like, I have to give a shout out, you know, the Secretive Witch. You know, I was watching her videos during my, I guess, during the beginnings of my left-hand journey, and just the guidance that she gave me, it was enlightening. It made me feel comfortable with my darkness, right? So there's just so many, like, sources, and even, like, with Shax, it's like he can be a source to... He can be a source of guidance in this path, in this journey. And you should trust him, although it feels very foreign to trust a demon. And with a dream realm, it's like, you're scared. You're like, this is not right. Like, my intuition's leading me down the wrong path. Like, this is wrong, and you're feeling crazy. Because it just feels like so foreign, or I guess like just wrong in nature to follow this path. But like your dreams, the visions, the synchronicities that you're gaining, it's telling you the truth. It's telling you exactly what you need to know. It's telling you that this path that you feel called to take is meant to be, even if it seems very odd or strange to other people, and even odd and strange to the past version of you that would never dare go down this perilous path, right? You know, you're having revelations within these dreams. Like, pair this with the incense card. Like, there's a lot of revelations and things that are being like uncovered within this journey right now. And you need to admit that this is a path that you want to take, despite it being something that you feel is bad. You know what I mean? Like you feel, it's sinful, or you just feel like it's just, it's evil, but it's not. And the more you resist it, the more stronger the calling will become. Like you're not going to be able to resist it for that long. So just take this path. Okay, you're already having revelations and discoveries, and just the universe is showing you all these different signs and all this crazy shit. And you're just like, you're like teetering still, but it's like, just take that leap of faith. Just jump into it, because this is your spirituality. And you've been following all these other teachings and things like that, and it's not that they aren't for you. It's not that they didn't have some type of, impact on your life, but it's not elevating you to the next level. Like I feel like some of you guys might resonate with pile number 2, or group number 2. It's just not taking you to the next level, like it's supposed to. So, with the incense card, there's so much that's being revealed to you. So many revelations that are happening right now. You're just having all these moments where you're like, I think this is the path that's calling to me. I'm having all these dreams, visions, and my heart is like jumping on my chest saying, yes, this is something, this is the road I want to go down. But, you're still bound to those thoughts that other people have in regards to the left-hand path. The way that people speak about left-hand priests and the cultists. They're evil. They're opening evil portals, and they're gonna corrupt our society. They speak so bad about this path, but the bottom line is it's about worshiping thyself, and it's about liberation, and it's about practicing the way that feels comfortable to you. It's about getting comfortable with the true you, the darkness, the realest version of you that you choose to hide. It's about getting comfortable with even the animalistic side of you. It's about getting connected with the nature of you and not suppressing or, I guess, binding your human nature to laws that go against it. So that's what it's about. It's not about sacrificing children and shit like that. Like, listen, that's such a stupid way of looking at this path, okay? So that's what it's about. So take this leap of faith, take this risk, and walk down the left-hand path. Because obviously it's something that is calling to your heart. And Shax is like, I can help you. I can help you. I can help you. All right, so how can you further improve your relationship with Shax? We have Artemis, Brave Spirit. I've gotten like Artemis like twice within this whole entire within these readings, right? Asclepios. No, I'm just like, how do you pronounce his name? Asclepios? Okay, where the fuck is the book? Because I'm not about to do this, like, pronouncing the name wrong, and someone in the comments is going to yell at me, like, you don't know what you're doing, and obviously you're not a good reader because you didn't pronounce the name right, so let's get the book, and let's search for the name. Okay, it's Asclepios. Alright. Asclepios! There you go. So, don't get crazy with me. We got Kasesh and Leah. Had to fix that real quick, so it was not trying to get shouted at in the comments. No, I'm just playing. Alright, so how you can elevate your relationship with Shax. To be brave, to pursue this path, like I said, despite what other people think, to just face it, to just even admit it, that this is the path that you want to go down. Because, like I said, like a lot of people, they discourage you. They're like, no, it's bad. But this path is a path of healing. You know, you're dismantling all of these like spiritual expectations and rules and structures that you were pushed into throughout your whole entire life. And instead, you're finally learning to follow your heart and listen to the nature that is within you, right? Oh my God, I completely forgot about this card. This card emphasizes that like this path that you're taking, it's going to be a little bit solitary. You know, there's not going to be a lot of people that are going to necessarily join you, let's say. But you have to understand that like at the end of the day, you're liberating yourself. You're coming into your true self. So that is all that matters, right? And going back to Asclepius. Okay, I fucking did it wrong. So we're gonna wait, no. Did I pronounce his name wrong again? Fuck. Okay, going back to this card, you know, there's healing that you're experiencing on this path. All right, like this path is healing you. And so therefore like pursue it. Because it's obviously like I said, it's obviously the path that's meant to be, right? And with sexual wisdom, even perhaps there's some sexual healing that is going on, you know, within this path that you're taking for yourself. Maybe some of you guys feel ashamed of like your sexuality and the way that, you know, other religions treat it, you know. Especially, I feel like for some of you guys, there's something about femininity and religion, and it makes you feel as though you're a monster for listening to your heart and for lusting, but that is not true. And obviously these structures that have been put in place by religion are definitely outdated, right? And you're not a monster for lusting. That's a part of human nature, you know? So even then with, you know, the people who are listening to this message, like you don't feel fully comfortable in your sexuality. And this path is going to heal your relationship with your sexuality. So therefore, it would be beneficial to follow down the left-hand path, your left-hand path, because it obviously varies for all the magicians who decide to choose this path. So listen to your heart and get comfortable with your sexuality and understand that is nothing to be ashamed of, and it's also something that will play a big part in your spirituality and your practice, and you have to get comfortable with it to be able to benefit the relationship between you and Shax, right? Heal, get comfortable, and be brave to face not only the left-hand path, but, you know, your sexuality and embrace it. And he wants you to stand firm in your decision, to not flip-flop, to not flip-flop or, you know, feel like, oh no, I made the wrong decision, I got to turn back. Like, just stand firm in the decision you made. He can only help you if you feel fully confident in taking this path. So feel confident in it and don't be ashamed of yourself, okay? There's a lot of shame that you guys feel. Maybe even shame because it's like, this is just, it's something that's calling to you. There's no need to be ashamed, right? So be firm, okay? All right, so let's pull the keywords, okay? Let's wrap up this reading with the keywords, all right? What keywords does Shax have for group number 3? What keywords does Shax have for group number 3? What keywords does Shax have for group number 3? Okay, so let's look at the keywords that he pulled for you. We got many options: kudzu, stop overthinking, gathering, and trees. So he says there's many options. There's many roads you can take within the path that is yours. Okay, there's many ways that you can go about practicing your spirituality. So don't define yourself by, other people's teachings. Really define yourself by what your heart calls you to do. Okay, stop overthinking everything, because that is what's causing a lot of, I guess, fear currently in your life, in your path. Stop overthinking it. Okay, stop being so hard on yourself. And just honestly do what is natural to you. And gather. There's a gathering, like I said, of energies, of spirits, of these demons that not only they're like shacks protecting you, because you have multiple guardian demons or spirit guides, if you will, that lean towards the left, right? And you may not understand or be aware that they are currently helping you, and you should gather with them and be unafraid to face them, because there's knowledge that they can give to you. Okay, especially like shucks, he's like, there's knowledge. He's like, gather here. Okay, come hither. Trees. Time to get connected with your own nature. But also with trees, it's like there's wisdom that can be found with even trees themselves outside. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever talked to a tree before, but like it's for me at least, it's something that's really relaxing. I love talking to the trees, because they listen, they give good advice, and they're very helpful. They're great partners too. They can help manifest some of the things that you're desiring. So if you feel called to, like, go to the trees, go to them for advice. And also understand the sacred power that courses through your bloodline, that courses through your family tree. All right. So I feel like that's it. Thank you, Shucks, for the message. If you liked this reading, subscribe, comment down below what you thought. All right. And, feel free to donate me a throne wishless deck. Donate me a deck through my throne wishlist, because I love using them on my channel. And what else? Yeah, I think that's it. All right. I love you guys so much. Take care and goodbye.